Welcome back to Nightingales, motorcycle restorers, metal finishers, classic bikes and a lot of vintage bikes we do as well, but we can't explain what we do on everything. I mean, it's impossible because the sector TLR 200s of everything we do is only 5% of the business, because it's not every day someone wants a bespoke bike building and also what level they're at. And the question we get asked every week, especially on TLR 200s, is how much is frames to mod, how much is the engine to modify, you know, swinging arms, should I use this, should I have a tank and C unit on it, what ignition system. It's a weekly thing. So I think with this machine what we're saying is that it's one we've had in the workshop, it's a proven machine, and we've 5,500's gone into it like that of our own money, as much as if you were building one to a level. There's a point where you've got to stop, obviously. So with this one I'm going to carry on. I might repeat myself on these videos with this many times, the same thing, but some people are just joining the videos and seeing where we're at. I'm just trying to say, when this machine's done and why we're doing it again, it's not because you could have bought this machine straight away off us. Fantastic, all been done before and there's nothing wrong with it at all, but this is a refresh, and then we will possibly put it up for sale if anyone's got an interest on it. So we're going to start off, as I said, we've cracked down the bike, and we're going to go over again what we're up to with it. So this bike was built in one of our Rothmans type with a full tank and C unit on, and the idea is, when I say refresh, I'm also going to show you what we do close up a bit more. And I've done this for my customers who are looking at different stages. And don't get me wrong, I say to people all the time, you know, a little bit at a time, and depending what level you're at and what you're doing, and because it can run away from you, as you'll see where this machine's at. So we'll start with the frame. We're going to change it, as I said. This has had the frame modifications, as you can see here. We've just re-sleeved the brake inner on the frame. You can see I always get a bit of wear on. Then we put the standard footrest, the beater and the footrest. We've just blasted these back. These are going to be a powder coat or a finish. Headstock's been done. We're going to have our original air filter box in it and carburettor, and then we'll be powdering up the sump guard again. We'll be powdering up the front engine strut. As I've said to you, the frame is going to be refreshed in this colour, and I think we'll get a good look at it again now. It's lovely, and that's lacquered. It's a powder, but it's like a slaty grey, but it'll look nice in that. So that's the colour this frame's going to be in. Whichever the barrel will be refreshing with a new piston. This was ceramic coated, but we'll be refreshing that in ceramic coating. They're actually Falcon shocks, not rock shocks. These we'll recoat the springs again and do the ceramic inserts, so they'll be on this. I'm just trying to tell you what we're up to with it, and you'll see it as it's put together. As we move forward, all the rest of the bits, the sundry items, all come off for redoing and repainting, be it ceramic coating or powder coating. And then as we come onto the front pipe on this machine, I've just done a thing there just to show you close up, just on Canning's polisher, so that'll all be nicely polished up. Full exhaust system coming through, and then we'll have, I've just done there saying when we refresh, this one's got, I polished these a couple of years ago, but we'll be taking it back up to bling level on both sides again. No nasty scratches, all taken out. There were good casings, them immaculate. It's what we look for every time on machines when we're putting engines back together. So everything on there, full tank and seat unit in Rothmans on this colour. Then we'll have we'll go on to the wheels. Well, we built these wheels about 6 months ago. So they were ceramic coated with the hubs, stainless steel with black nipples on. They'll be repolished up though. The tyres are mint on this one. It hasn't done anything. Again, you're probably thinking, well, why are you doing it? There's a couple of things. One, when we take a motor back down to have a look, and you say refreshing it, remember if we do sell, bikes are usually ordered, so if someone's either got a donor bike, and we start off with their machine and they sell a load of bits on eBay or whatever, or they buy the bike off us, then they start with a colour scheme, so it goes on and on and on. So what I'm just trying to say, when we're looking at this, when we stripped it down, it's one of our cylinder heads. I'll come back to this in a minute. I'll carry on with the wheels, because another question we get asked, obviously sometimes we change the hubs if we're putting different swinging arms on, but like, you know, on the cush drives on here I get asked, because there were buggers these for if they crack or do anything, so we can either take these out, machine in again, and then pin them so they're fixed. But as everyone who knows who's taken bushes out in the past of these, they can be a bit swines to get out. You can have them wheels in on sport. Again, if you've got your own wheels at home, you'll watch some at videos where I do a completely wheel in ceramic coating and dress it back up, and we can put them back on. And we do them on, we run two models, you see. We kind of do a professional pro and what we call our standard model. So you can keep going with these machines. Again, on this one it'll have a modern ignition on it. Obviously the stator side and everything's checked, and new gaskets throughout through the engine. And then when we come to the front end, we'll have on this one there's new stanchions, seals and inserts, and these were all done, but I'll refresh all these brand new again. They've hardly been marked. These were ceramic coated, these, so stanchions is brand new. So we're building a fresh machine. It's different when you sell things out, because if you sell things out, I'd have been happy to sell this machine, quite happy to sell this machine, brilliant. But when you're just doing it, we're also representing the workshop, so what we do, powder coating, polishing, you've got ceramic coatings, specialist coatings. So we'll move, that's kind of giving you an idea, and I'll probably go over this a few times, but I'm trying to show you what goes into a build. So when it comes to one of our cylinder heads again, obviously we're doing away with a cam lifter, so this will get refreshed with some Honda of it and seals in it. The valves will be ceramic coated. These are on the bigger valves and the bigger high lift cam. The cam will also get coated in ceramic coating. The next time you see all this will be stripped back. This was ceramic coating. This will be a transfer grey ceramic coating for heat dispersant to get it away from the cam. Not that there's any issues, it's just longevity, it's not just painting it for fun. And then when we come to the motor, we're going to take this down and polish everything. Just check the crank again, have it balanced, and then in this engine we actually altered this. We did first to second and closed it up a bit, as I said in the last video, used to be called a Gorner gearbox. This engine's got that gearbox in it. Now this is running an high compression piston. Now to them out there who are watching this video, I agree with everything you're thinking and saying, because you'll have been there yourself, you've modified, you've done things. For us personally, we're running these heads, and how we do it, we like just a standard piston. It's a preference to us. We find them smoother at the bottom end. We've had no problem with this. They're a bit twitchy, and what happens is you tend to, one thing you're looking for all the time, and the engines we've got in the new year, I think up to May, I think we've got 5 engines now possibly on a rebuild, which are coming into us from all parts of the country. When we do an engine, by the way, we put it in our test machine down here, our mule. I'll just show a video of that one down there if we can, just a quick look. Right, and then back to up here, it's a mule machine, so we run them and then drop the oil, do it again, run them through. We'll strip this, it's the things you're looking for, you see. There's so much on this, as you'll know, this kickstart shaft. It's not like, I've seen many people have bought these machines, and when they've been to pick them up from someone, they go, I've got your kickstart spring. So they get home on a night time and they get a gasket and they think, right, litre of oil, take the cover off, I'm just gonna get into it here, drop the spring out, put the gasket back on and fill it full of oil. Well, it isn't, unfortunately, as you know. The kickstart mechanism, the cogs and everything we check or replace brand new is in the middle of the engine. We replace that brand new, and we also replace the gear lever through, but the shaft itself, it's a common thing. And I always say when we get one in, even if you've got one and you kick it 10 to 15 times, even with a valve lifter on, if it doesn't slip, you're on a good thing. The danger is if when we're rebuilding an engine, we know the parts exactly what where, and we know the cost of them for starters. So again, bearing seals, a standard piston. I think this one will be on a standard bore. If not, if there's any doubt at all, we'll take it to an oversized. But as people will know, it'll deal with these all the time. What you're up against is, and it's a known factor, these skirts are thin anyway on these, and it doesn't give you much. You know, you usually one bar out of them and that is it. The skirts are so thin. So it'll be refreshed that way. When the casings get split, I'll be putting them to polish, and as I've just shown you on there again, we'll be blinging up like this again. So both sides will be done for polishing. Then this is going to be changed to polishing on this machine. We're trying to give it a bit of a colour scheme. So high standard of polishing on here, casing's done, the exhaust done, the exhaust what comes through done, nice stanchions. When we put this back together, when we strip this down first, this was done in ceramic coating, and that's been on a year now, and you know, it's still very good. There's no sign of anything coming off it, but while we strip it down, we'll take that, ultra fine blast it in a dry cabinet, gas it out and ceramic coat in again. I think we'll go for the same colour, the white. You know, it's a brave move putting a white because you think, oh God, you know, all the dirt, but it's washed off, it's done everything. And when we put this together, this engine, this unit looked really good. As I say, you could have had that engine now, it's mint. Another thing we do is when you strip these down is, because we sell bits for these, and I say it's only 5%, you know, what we do. Because there's only so many people, as I say, who buy an hand-built machine. So if you bring the thing about our workshop is, you can come in as and you go through your build, you might want a red frame, you know, you might want a white frame, you might want an orange frame. I've got a gent who wants to do one in Repsol, so we've got an orange with a black engine, a bit of ceramic orange and the rocker, the hub's done in orange and the rims and the spokes in black. So you can watch your bike being built, even if you live in in Scarborough, North Yorkshire. And I always say 01723 370 399. You can always ask us any questions or drop us an email. Is you can actually talk to us and watch your bike being built, or you get your bike, we do parts of your bike for you, and then you move on when you can afford things and put more bits onto it. So yeah, so refresh of that. And as I say, when we strip these down, we look at the hours of use we've had on it, and we're also looking how things are running. And we're really happy with our process, because I think this is the best in the last 2 years, with even hard riders going at it full belt and revving them out, to your clubman riders and our intermittent riders who are only trying to do twin shock series or like a bit of fun. We've not got any nasties. These bars and barrels now, we've got no nasty ridges in them. We've got none of the things we're having through different modifications over the years, and it also lets us inspect everything at each time. So again, the strength of this kickstart shaft, when you're doing away with a valve lifter, and obviously people who know bikes and Charles will get it on top dead centre and they're kicking it rather than just booting it, that's a vulnerable thing inside there. So that's one of the main things we check. But obviously crank, if there was anything when we have it balanced on the rod, the big end, it'd be done. Mains, bearings, seals, gaskets, piston, clutch plates were brand new in this. I think there might be a clutch mod we did in this at some point. So I'm going to keep going through. We're coming up to Christmas now, so this video will be the last one till we get back in again, and hopefully you'll see all these little bits, what we're doing, and all the mods and colours, and it coming back together, and it might help you in giving you some ideas. And I'm going to try and do some close-ups, so when we do that pipe completely, we'll show it polished. When the shockers get back on, when we get it as a rolling chassis again, and the new bearings in the top again, and then we might just decide we might put some the original yokes back on, which we polished up, or we might even put a set of our Nightingale ones on, which we're thinking the new year we'll actually get these finished to put out. They're nearly ready, and that they always look, you know, they look cosmetically pleasing, they're nice than the original ones. Not wrong with these, it's just that we'll probably vapour inside these, polish these up. We've even got customers who want, we take them back and take any marks out, and they'll do them in a ceramic coating. Fork legs, if they're badly damaged at the bottom and scuffs, don't worry about it. I can get 95% every time. I can take them back, belt sand them, either polish them again and lacquer them, or you can have them ceramic coated. And then when this bike's finally finished, it's got some nice flared rear end on it, modern, back together. We'll do a bit of colour graphics on it as well, so it should stand really nice. But as I say, every part as we do it now, even to the sump guard, everything will be re-powder coated, redone, and it'll look as a brand new motorcycle. So we'll leave it at this point. In between, I have had a lot of messages, and appreciate everything we're getting off people and for watching. And if you feel you want to subscribe to us, that's fantastic, and we'll try and keep it as interesting as I can. It's very hard when you have so much going on around you, and you're bringing a bike in or you're bringing a part in. But as I say, when you're watching these videos, I always say, and I'll say it again, if you sat there and you go, well, I can do that, fantastic. That is brilliant. What I'm saying is that sometimes you need a workshop facility or advice, and you're welcome to phone us on that number, 01723 370 399. We'll always get back to you. If the machines are running, the office will leave me a message. You can always email me. I'll always get back to you on a nightly phone call, if you're just appreciating the dates, everything's up and running. So it's great. All I keep on saying to people, especially with these, because I'm a big, as people who know me, I'm into my Honda CBXs, 6 cylinders, and I worked in a motorcycle from the age of 16, a big motorcycle dealership, and kind of Honda CBXs and TZs and 750 TZs. Grew up with all that kind of thing, your Yams, all this era of motorcycles. Is no matter what anybody says, if you like that particular bike, buy it, just enjoy it. If you're buying one of these, do one thing, 2 things at a time, and you'll find you're moving up rather than moving sideways. Get everything running right, get it on original carburetor and air filter box, get some miles on it. Even if it's an imported bike, it's on its old format, you just want to keep it as that and use it as a trail bike, fantastic. So the very last thing I'll say is the only thing I'll be doing to this cylinder head is, because we're moving on and things have moved on, everything's the same with the double bearings and how it sits in here. and the valves are large and ceramic coated. The only thing we'll be doing this, we'll be giving it a bit of a tweak on the ports, because as I keep saying to people, when these were built, I mean, I used to PDI these when they were new. Remember, they were trail bikes, so these heads were we've come on a little bit, you know. As I always say, I never stop learning. The customers I get in here from the big boys in the race teams, and you never stop learning. So we've come on a bit, so we can tweak the ports a bit, and we've made some good progress on the cylinder heads which are going out, and also the exhaust system, which will catch up on that one, because I'll show you one we're doing which we feel, with a couple of our riders at my age, but they ride at a good level. I'm only a builder and have a play and watch people, and that's my biggest thing. And when people come in the workshop and they say, I want a bike building, you take the skill level, how often they're going to use it, how serious they're going to be, and do they want to throw loads of money at it? Because sometimes, you know, get yourself a TLR, nice one, plain Jane one, lift the forks a bit, a good set of shock absorbers on it, probably a nice set of bars, and the carburettor serviced up, and an ignition on it maybe, just the black box, which, as I said, I do build them here from scratch, but I'm behind on them, but we do have ignitions which we're buying in as well, which they're all good out there, they're all fantastic. It's just enjoy it, that's the main thing. So until the next one, thanks again for watching. We do appreciate anything you say or any comments, or if you'd like us to look at anything. We're not perfect, but we've usually got an answer. If I don't know it, one of my customers will certainly know it, because they've been around these a long time. And I had one interesting guy in last week, and he was 82, 83, and he's restoring an Escath. Well, I actually had an Escath motorcycle in 1979, I think it was, for about 3 weeks. And he's restoring it, and there's a lot of work on that, and polishing and billeting. And he actually worked with Park when it was Bob Goldner's of the world and that era, and Honda. And he knows a lot of things internal on these as well, what they did do and what they didn't do. And if you're on KT250s, you know, when the Goldner frames come in, and why they had so many of them at the time. So really interesting people, which you never stop learning. So till the next one, we'll keep you updated on this, but it'll be a good one to watch through as we put it back together, and we'll show you the engine when it's all cracked down as well, internals. Okay, thank you very much.